Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie. In the last episode, we opened up Treasure Trove Cove, the second world of the game, and in this episode we're going to be going to Treasure Trove Cove. Now, I have a couple friends of mine who actually love the music here. Personally, I wouldn't put it in my top 10s, but Ahoy there! This be Treasure Trove Cove. There be two new moves for ye to find. Oh, stop trying to talk like a pirate. What was this? I always forget what his name is sometimes, but it's Bottles or whatever. Yeah, like, I don't know why he's trying to talk like a pirate just because we're in a beach themed level. I mean, come on, beaches don't always have to be, you know, themed pirates. But anyways, we have a problem here. Snackers. Snackers dinners, yeah. So Snackers is a shark that teleports to any location that he can find you in the water, and the problem is that we have to go into the water to get this Jinjo here, and I can't seem to do that without getting attacked by Snackers. That's becoming an issue. Okay. First of all, we gotta get him to go away, and this thing too is these guys are annoying. If you do the Beak Buster move on them, you'll get 2 units of health back, so that's very useful. But come on, need to get that Jinjo. What? Are you serious? Come on. Why would I be having so much trouble just getting a Jinjo? Are you serious? Come on. Can you please get the Jinjo so we can move on, man? Wow, I have never had this much trouble getting this one little Jinjo here. There we go. Okay. But you need to be careful because Snackers will actually swim faster than you. So he's a pretty dangerous guy, and so one of the reasons why you want to avoid the water in Treasure Trove Cove as much as possible, but of course I'm stupid enough to jump back in the water just to get a unit of health back. But what can I say? That was ridiculous there what just happened. That's a great start to Treasure Trove Cove. That definitely gives you a clue as to how good we're gonna do. Alright, let's go talk to this guy over here. Hey, this Nipper's beach. You find nothing without Nipper's help. Help us then, crustacean brain. Grr, cheeky bird knee feathers clipping. Oh yeah, just try it, shellhead. Okay, so we got a little mini-boss here. All you have to do is just wait for him to stop nipping, and then you can peck at his eyes. Roar, you hurt Nipper, make me mad. Yeah. Whatever. He's gonna do it. Yeah, it's just the same pattern over again. So this is probably the most pathetic mini-boss in the game. But we actually have to find him because inside his shell are some hidden goodies for us. Yeah, so anyways, Treasure Trove Cove, as a level, it's pretty easy. It's just like, you know, it's barely any more difficult than Mumbo's Mountain. But there are some things you'll have to watch out for, and Snackers is obviously just one of them. And are you serious? Oh, look at that! I got 2 for the price of 1, Grandma. Okay, or was it 2 for the price of 1 in Grandpa? I don't remember how that was. Okay, I haven't watched Chuck Conroy's videos in a while. But there we go, we get another Jiggy inside this creature's shell. Yeah, that's weird. There's 2 holes in the ceiling. Well, actually 3 holes in the ceiling, but we never saw any holes on his... Well, actually, to be fair, we can't really get on top of this shell anyways. At least not as far as I'm concerned. There's also this Mumbo token behind the shell, so we're gonna get that too once we get out of here. But yeah, you're gonna want to avoid the water here as much as possible because of Snackers alone, and it's further into the water than you can still avoid Snackers pretty easily. Actually, come to think of it, this is one of the worlds that does not have a Mumbo skull, so, but you're still gonna want to collect, Mumbo tokens as much as possible. In fact, actually, we won't see Mumbo again until the 4th world, so, but just continue collecting Mumbo tokens, and I'm obviously trying to go for getting every single one in the entire game. Because again, that's my only goal that's different from, you know, many other people who have Let's Played this game, because most people who Let's Play this game are going to go for 100%. You know what, actually I think this water right here is probably the only one that's safe from Snackers, I think. Yeah, this is probably like the only water in the level that you will not find Snackers, so you can feel safe, plenty safe, you know, swimming in this little pool right here, that's for sure. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta. I should probably be doing this more often, anyways, because because traveling on having Kazooie walk is much faster. Okay, so we're collecting all these red feathers, but where are they for exactly? Well, we're about to find out from Bottles right here. This is your big chance, chicken legs. It's time for you to fly. At last, it better be easy, bog eyes. Simple enough, even for you, bird brain. Just stand on a flying disc and press A. Here's 25 red feathers to help you into the air. See you. And currently you can have a max of 50, but we've already collected several, so now we're at 41. But before we set off to go flying, let's go talk to this guy because he seems a little sad about something. Ahoy there, I'm Captain Blubber, and I lost me treasure when me ship crashed. And I also lost my voice, so now I can only replace it with burps. Well, go find it then. But I can't swim. Can ye help an old sea hippo? Sure, we'll find it for you. Yeah, just the fact that he uses burps to talk, that's just freaking hilarious. They use pretty funny voices for for some of the characters. Okay, I get. Okay, I guess the water in here is also safe from snackers, but still. It's usually only safe for snackers if it's like safe from snackers if it's like for plot convenience, I guess. Like for instance, here we're simply doing a mission for a hippo, so we're kind of required to go into the water. Ahoy there! I be Blubber's treasure. Yeah, and there's two of them in here. The other one's on the other side, so we have to take another entrance to get in there. But that's alright, we're fine with that. So anyways, what is there to talk about? I don't know. I'm on Spring Quarter now, as you guys are supposedly watching this. I'm actually recording this during Winter Quarter though. I've been doing this thing lately where I just pre-record Let's Plays in in like bulk as much as I can. So that way I can just release content to you guys over time without having to, actually record Let's Plays by the day, because while that used to work for me, it doesn't really work anymore because, being in college, I'm really, really busy, and at times it's too busy to record. And not only that, but it's like hard to get any time alone to do that. Me treasure, thank ye me hearties, take this reward. I'm off to spend. Wow, you're starting to sound like Mr. Krabs, but that's okay. That's you go do your own thing, man. You go enjoy that. Enjoy while it lasts, but I think with only 2 piles of gold, it's not gonna last that long. Just letting you know. All right, so now let's go check out that flight disc or whatever Boz was calling them. Actually, to fly higher, you'll need some red feathers. Press A to use one, but remember that Beaky can only carry 50 of them. There's actually a Jinjo up here I forgot to get. You can actually climb up this pole. But yes, anyway, the way flying in this game works is you just tap A and you will hover higher. It's really that simple. If you tap it multiply, then you're gonna fly really, really fast up. So, basically that's all you have to know, and to simply land, all you have to do is either do your beak buster move, which is not recommended if you're really high up, or just do it when you're really close to the ground, which is much safer. And right here, inside this treasure box, is one of Gruntilda's, this be Gruntilda's booty. Touch it if you dare. Okay, I will do that, thank you. That golden treasure was for me. Now, harder still, the game will be. Yeah, I'm still trying to perfect my grunty voice, but yeah, that was apparently Gruntilda's treasure. I don't know why she left it in a treasure box that always opens and closes, so that we could easily get it, but whatever. At least it has teeth, so it looks menacing, but still. But yeah, like I said, every object in this game gets personified, so once again it's the opposite of objectification here. A lot of that going on in this game, but I can stop referring to that. But yeah, like I said, with this being just the second world of the game, pretty much the objectives are the same. They're always the same for each world. It might be like there will always be like some differences, like obviously the atmosphere of the world and the layouts are always different. but your objectives are always the same. It's just to collect 100 notes, 10 jiggies, and 2 extra honeycomb pieces. So we're gonna get those. You'll reach new heights with my shock jump pet spring. Does Kazooie do it? My legs are tired. Don't worry, the turkey does all the work. Simply stand on a shock jump disc, then press and hold A. Nice going! You've learned all the Cove's new moves. Alright, thank you, Bottles. Alright, so literally that's the only 2 moves he has to teach us, and they both involve the use of discs. I'm pretty sure these are the only ones that I think. These are the only 2 moves of the game that actually use these, disc-like things. They're pretty similar to the, stuff in DK64, but really I should stop comparing this game to DK64 because there are too many differences to say that they are similar games, but, there are some similar aspects, I should say. Because, simply put, what it comes down to is they're both really great games, so we're gonna just use these shock jump discs, or whatever, spring jump discs, to get to this jiggy right here. Alright, and that's that. Alright, so that's 4 out of 10 jiggies, and we now can head over here. There's actually Ginger over here, so we're gonna get that now, or not. Okay, I guess not. Not right now. There's a floating island right there. We're not gonna do anything with that. I think behind here, though, is Mumbo Token. Yep, there's a Mumbo Token behind here, so we'll get that. While avoiding snackers as much as possible. Which in that case, you basically have to avoid the water as much as possible. Alright. And inside these menacing-looking treasure boxes, we do have some important stuff here, like notes. I think there's only notes in this one, or there could be some in that one. When you jump into these treasure chests, just avoid the teeth, because the teeth will hurt you whether or not the things come down. And whoops, too early. There we go. All right, so we're now going to get these red feathers. We're going to jump out. Okay, so what's next? Oh, we can do this. Alright. So we got these structures in the water here that we can navigate through. It'll eventually lead us to a jiggy, I do believe, but it'll probably lead us to much of... Actually, it'll lead us to plenty of things, but first of all, just spiral up to the top of this one. Kind of like Spiral Mountain, except it's not really a mountain, it's more like an actual structure that was built by Gruntilda, I assume, not actual humans. Follow the clues if you're looking for treasure. Oh, gold, sorry. Gold. I apologize for reading ahead what you're saying. So yeah, every time you hit an X in this world, a big red X, it's gonna make another big red X appear somewhere else, so... And it'll replace that big red X that you just stomped on with a red arrow pointing you in the direction that you want to go. So that's basically how that works, and we're actually going to jump across these boxes and hopefully not fall into the water because we're going to have a tough time getting out of it without getting bit at least once by snappers. Okay, there we go, we reached our max of blue eggs, and here we go, so here's another jiggy. Jiggies at least in the first half of the game, are so easy to find, or it's like pretty obvious what you have to do to get them, or something like that. They're always going to be like that the first half of the game. The funny thing is that this game is actually originally going to have 16 worlds apparently, but they all got scrapped because like there wasn't enough room on the N64 game pack, like there wasn't enough space. So instead what they did was they took all the worlds that they did not put in this game, put most of them in Banjo-Tooie. So, which is the sequel to this game, and yes, I will eventually do a Let's Play of that game, but just don't expect it anytime soon. Alright. In fact, let's get these. Yeah, let's get these 2 Mumbo. Ah! Yeah, see, you gotta be really careful and not touch the teeth when you're going in. Burn that's pretty easy to get into these things. Get those 2 Mumbo tokens, and there we go. Alright, so let's get on the Kazooie and these things. There we go. Okay, so this will lead us to more Treasure Trove Cove that we cannot originally get to. Watch out for this guy. He's going to try to... These are mines. They're kind of try to explode on you, but they're pretty easy to avoid because they go pretty slow. At the bottom of this pool right here, I believe, is a jiggy. Yep, it's a jiggy. It be a jiggy! A jigsaw piece. Okay. Did I get this one? Yeah, that's the one with the 2 Mumbo tokens, okay. That works, whatever. And then at the end of this narrow pathway right here is a Jinjo, so just be extremely careful. You're going to get me, you don't want to fall off. I mean, if you do fall off, it'd be best to fall from the left side, not the right, because then you fall into the water where Snackers is. Alright. You can be down here. There's usually at least something in all these pools, including mine, or this guy. I mean, sorry man, I had to kill you because you were trying to kill me, so I think it's a win-win situation if you ask me. Alright. And I think in this one, there's a Mumbo token, so it's worth getting that, at least for me. I'm going for all of them. You know, I really hope people don't complain about this, because, you know, like, it'd be sort of like people complaining about, you know, me getting all the doubloons in, you know, SpongeBob Adventure of the Flying Dutchman, which was very, very annoying because, especially my 100% walkthrough of that game I did a few years back, it was supposed to be 100%, you know, walkthrough, and if you pause the game, it tells you specifically that you have a percentage of doubloons, you know, in each level of the game, but, I don't know, it's just a stupid, ridiculous thing to complain about. It doesn't really make any sense. Alright, so we're just gonna get all these red X's now. Thankfully they were nice enough to put all these flying discs, like, right next to them, so we're gonna use that to our advantage, and then, yeah, just as long as you use both the arrows and the red flying disc things in unison, then you will have no problem at all getting to the next red X, so that's not an issue at all. Let's get these notes first. Actually, let's, how about we hit this red X first before we hit these notes? Haha, you'll never find me now. Yes we will, because the last red X is actually right down there on this island, so that's basically what the meme behind it was, as I told you. Actually, I didn't tell you before, but now I am, because the game revealed it. There we go. Yikes! Please open me gently. Yeah, I don't think so. We're gonna destroy you. Just gonna blow you to smithereens there to get our last, well, not our last jiggy, it's not our last one. But I do know where to go next. And actually, I'd recommend you get all your moves from, both of your moves from balls before you go here, so. But once you're ready to, what you do is you go to the top of this boat. Well, actually, you can do this from any flying disc, but I'm just going to use it from this one since it's the closest one you want to get to. You want to fly up, and then we're going to go to this side of this giant rock formation here. We're going to go inside this walkway.